Hi, everyone. It is now time to move to our next critical conversation. The future is now. Building skills for the business acceleration in today's hybrid world with Michelle Boockoff-Bajdek, who's the CMO for Skillsoft. So, without any further ado, please welcome Michelle.
Happy New Year to you all. I am so thrilled to be here for day 2 of the Next Tech India HR Summit. As we ring in this new year, I think we have to take a moment to acknowledge that we have just made it through nearly 2 years of unprecedented disruption and not without difficulty. So much of our collective time has been spent addressing the impact and devastating toll the pandemic has had on ourselves and our teams, both professionally and personally. And if I'm honest with myself and with you, I am getting so tired of this phrase and even this idea of the new normal. I don't believe there is such a thing. As so many of us have gone remote, we have witnessed a real separation between work and workplace, and thus the emergence of new working models. We've seen that social distancing is causing emotional distancing, and we all struggle with Zoom fatigue. And we're facing a workforce reckoning, which has been dubbed the Great Resignation. So rather than look ahead and imagine the future, I think we have to realize that it is here. The future is now. And I'm going to start by telling you a story about a woman I know named Betsy. In the 8th grade, her math teacher told her she was not good enough to take algebra. Determined to prove him wrong, she not only took the course, but ended up majoring in math in college. Trying to fill her schedule with an easy class, she stumbled upon programming. Well, long story short, that easy elective turned into a job working as a contractor for NASA. Now, I share this story with you for 3 reasons. First, it's a story about the power of skilling, how a livelihood and a life can be changed when a person takes the initiative and has the resources to learn new in-demand skills. Second, it's an example of how someone, in this case a woman, was able to overcome odds even though she was part of an otherwise marginalized group. Betsy's story is one of the reasons I've taken a personal as well as professional interest in what's become known as the pink pandemic. And third, I am just so proud of Betsy. You see, she is my mother, and she has now had a successful career in tech that spans 50 plus years, evolving over time from programming to management to customer service, opening herself up to new skills all along the way. You see, Betsy discovered something years ago that rings true even more today. The only thing we can count on is change. The only thing we can expect is the unexpected. That's why building a culture of learning, one that gives people the opportunity to continuously skill, upskill, and reskill is so important for individuals so they can stay relevant and in demand, and for enterprises so they can survive and thrive as markets shift, as our products change, and our technologies evolve. My name is Michelle Boockoff-Bajdek. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer at Skillsoft. And here we believe that every person has the potential to be amazing. Our purpose is to unleash that potential through learning, and our vision is to prepare the workforce of today with the skills for tomorrow. Now, very shortly, we'll release Lean Into Learning, our annual learning report that analyzes trends from the past year. This report, which is Skillsoft's premier publication, includes learning consumption data, global and regional, and from across disciplines, technology and developer, leadership and business skills, compliance. We've highlighted trends based on surveys conducted with both learners and leaders, and from a number of proprietary research projects. We include inspirational customer stories about courageous organizations that have used learning to transform their work and workforce during a time of tremendous uncertainty. And we've brought in thought leadership from some of our top executives, as well as that of guest contributors from Forrester, IDC, and Brandon Hall Group, to name a few. Now, Lean Into Learning, it's not yet available, but I'm going to give you a sneak peek, sharing some of our key findings, And look, I hope you find them enlightening in terms of future strategy, but equally as important, I hope you walk away today with some best practices that you can put to use right now. Well, suffice it to say, 2021 was a year of learning. We saw a 55% increase in total number of learners, and they increased their learning consumption by more than 45%. Now, as expected for 2021, the top courses completed by learners included multiple IT and technology related topics. Security is clearly a subject that has attracted attention, taking 3 of the top 5 spots, as did cloud computing and agile development. However, nearly half of that top 20 list comprises more general power skills, such as communicating with confidence, understanding unconscious bias, building trust, and developing a growth mindset. You know, one of our guest contributors, IDC's Cushing Anderson, has a great word for how learning has evolved. It is a tongue twister. I hope I get this right. He calls it Nextflikification. But really, what it means is an ability to deliver what individuals want and organizations need through immersive learning experiences that guide people along a path. This means that each learner can access topics and skills they find interesting, as well as the curriculum that has been set by their manager, learning and development, or the organization at large. Now, it's not just about having great content, it's about providing true skilling opportunities, helping people assess where they are now, and then helping them establish that path for where they need to go. Prescriptive learning, like our Aspire journeys, are designed to help learners achieve very specific goals. For example, you want to go from Python novice to Pythonista, we've got a course for you. These pathways provide sequential learning that builds on current skills as learners progress and move through guided roadmaps to success. And in 2021, learners completed more than 166,000 journeys, each comprising multiple courses and many, many hours. Now, that is a 1,250% increase year over year. Another one of our guest contributors, Forrester's Katie Tynan, reinforces something that we uncovered in our own research. A big, if not the biggest reason people leave a job today, it's not because of their salary entirely. It's because they don't feel that they have the opportunities to grow. Building and supporting programs that allow employees to develop new and more advanced skills is critical to retention. And there's no question that employees value recognition and accomplishment. In 2021, learners celebrated, measured, and recorded their accomplishments with 12.7 million digital badges, an increase of almost 50% year over year. These badges were earned upon completion of Skillsoft courses or Aspire journeys, and once earned, they were shared quite a bit via social media channels and served as personal and accredited records of achievement. Underscoring Katie's observation, our Global Knowledge, Skills, and Salary Report found that a large population of people, especially those who changed employers in 2021, did so because they didn't feel adequately supported by their organization. Training and developing new skills and providing tangible digital proof of accomplishment like badges go a long way to making an employee feel valued. And this is particularly true in tech and dev. Technology professionals witness changes that come in waves, and those waves are relentless. So in order to stay competitive, companies rely on their tech professionals to stay ahead of the curve. And to highlight how quickly technology needs can change or how projects progress and facilitate the need for new skill sets, I can tell you that the majority of courses that ranked in the top 10 for 2020 have already fallen in terms of their popularity for 2021. In fact, the top 6 courses for 2021 weren't even on the list the year prior. Cybersecurity and cloud computing are not just among the most in-demand skill sets today. They are also, as you can see, the most difficult roles to fill. Now, Not surprisingly, in both 2020 and in 2021, we saw an interest in many compliance topics, including those that addressed concerns related to COVID-19, specific to workplace safety. You know, when workforces went remote nearly 2 years ago, and as many move into hybrid or fully remote models going forward, compliance becomes even more challenging, but no less important. And from a training perspective, as well as from a monitoring and managing perspective, enabling digital delivery and operations of this critical learning is key. But we cannot diminish the importance of leadership development and business skills. As organizations, we are truly best served when we offer a productive blend of hard, durable job skills and those power skills that continue to increase in importance. And in 2021, learners wanted to improve their communication skills, whether they were focused on interpersonal dynamics or managing remote teams. And to demonstrate again how quickly in-demand skills change, the most sought after course in 2021, customer service skills, it didn't even make the top 10 list in 2020. Now, I want to touch on an important topic that has been at the fore of our conversation this past year. I touched on it before, the pink pandemic. Not only did the pandemic disproportionately affect women, particularly those in marginalized communities, working mothers and female caregivers, but it worsened the gender gap in the workplace, setting women back by decades. In 2021, Skillsoft created unique learning curricula, published a report, and hosted talks that focus on how we can help women move forward. We identified 3 key pillars: female empowerment, effective allyship, and organizational responsibility. Each of these pillars can support women, advance them in the workplace, and help them regain the ground that we've lost to the pandemic. And success depends on how these pillars align. By acting now, we can overcome gender biases, and in return, the world becomes measurably stronger, healthier, more secure, and successful because we have given women equal opportunity. Now, with this mission in mind, I'm particularly proud that Skillsoft will be supporting Elevate Network's 2022 Elevate Her Forward Fellowship Program. And it is a fund designed to alleviate the economic burden of the COVID-19 pandemic on women and support their journey back to the workplace. As part of our commitment, we will grant access to Skillsoft's Prescriptive Learning platform and its vast catalog of learning resources to every fellow. All right, so let's just focus on some of the really big takeaways from this report. According to the year 2021 for Skilling, a Pulse survey, 88% of businesses rated building skills, capabilities, and competencies as the topmost priority. But remember, the key to success isn't about learning a single tool or a single process, because a new and better tool or process will always come along. Success is about retaining talented individuals who are excited to learn and build new skills with the infrastructure that enables them to do so. Organizations that provide a way to transform the skills of their talent in a meaningful way with a transparent career trajectory will see the most success. And today, the world runs on technology. To be successful and future fit, companies must continually invest in skills that harness technology to drive organizational performance. And that means committing to continuous learning, not just for tech professionals, but across the organization. Every company is a technology company, and all departments will need to build technical skills and competencies. Smart leaders, whether their role is in IT or not, are staying abreast of the latest trends, ongoing certifications, languages, and so much more. Our research also shone a light on diversity, equity, and inclusion. For the past 2 years, organizations around the globe have been on a journey to better understand and promote DE&I, and we've seen that journey evolve from empathetic listening to taking action. Think of this next phase as DEI 2.0 as we effect meaningful and lasting change. Not only is fostering a diverse and equitable culture the right thing to do, it's smart business. A recent McKinsey study conducted with more than 1,000 companies in 15 countries found that those with gender diverse executive teams were 25% more likely to outperform financially. And if there was an ethnic or cultural diversity among those executives in the company, the likelihood of outperforming increased by 36%. And we know that companies are making a strategic commitment to sustainability. As the planet's environment changes, so do its effects on the business world. Environmental changes impact business practices, from natural resources to our supply chain and logistics, from energy sources to customer behaviors and demographics. Businesses must adapt or be left behind. And today, the pressures on companies to be more socially, environmentally, and economically sustainable are mounting on all fronts. Consumers and shareholders expect more than talk. They want demonstrated commitment. Among our takeaways, we also found that forward-thinking leaders are creating meaningful and engaging skills programs using blended learning methods, infusing self-paced, team-oriented, and instructor-led training, as well as live courses, hands-on labs, boot camps, and more, to appeal to the multiple training preferences and styles of their employees. In fact, Brandon Hall Group found that because of their experience during the pandemic, 35% of organizations have applied approaches that make virtual instructor-led training far more collaborative, social, and community building. And in a world that has become rapidly virtualized, we can also expect an increased investment in digital coaching at all levels and throughout the entire employee lifecycle. Customized digital coaching, it enables organizations to accelerate onboarding, build better managers, attract and retain top talent, support inclusivity, and manage change. By adding this individualized one-on-one coaching to a robust learning culture, we can better engage current and future leaders, we can affect lasting behavioral change, and we can inspire our people in a very meaningful way. Before we conclude, I want to share a couple of customer stories with you. And as we go through these stories, I think you're going to see how organizations have embraced learning to meet new challenges and prepare for what's ahead. Black Knight provides software, data, and analytics that support the mortgage and home equity loan lifecycle, and they faced three primary challenges. Mortgage technology was fast advancing. Industry regulations were increasingly becoming more complex, and like so many businesses, they were suddenly managing a hybrid workforce. So Black Knight built and nurtured a data-driven learning and development program that could uncover skills gaps in real time, empower employees to become experts in critical fields, and foster a learning culture of growth and innovation. Black Knight University includes a groundbreaking new hire journey, custom online training programs, leadership programs, expert-led town halls, and more than 100 virtual hands-on labs where employees can build their skills and then test for technical certifications, all while working remotely. And it has been remarkably successful. 90% of their employees are participating, 200,000 completed course views, 500 certifications earned, and even more important, they've reduced their top talent turnover by more than 50% and realized an 18-to-1 ROI. I want to move on to Train Technologies. They have been committed to advancing diversity and inclusion since 2010. In fact, 22% of leadership positions were held by women in 2020, and that's twice the average for S&P 1500 companies. But Train knew there was more work to do, and with in-person learning on hold indefinitely, they asked us to help them expand their Women in Action Leadership Development Program. And through it, more than 1,100 women have consumed almost 5,000 learning hours and earned more than 1,000 digital badges. These women explored everything from how to build a more competitive and well-rounded workforce, how to overcome gender biases, boost personal leadership brands and confidence, and build leadership power skills like empathy, communication, and collaboration. So to wrap things up, let me go back to the beginning. Why am I so convinced that the future is now? What we're seeing right now and confirmed by our Lean into Learning report is that there is no return to the point we were at prior to the pandemic. We will keep moving forward, and we anticipate that new trends and themes will emerge. For example, the nature of the workforce has permanently changed. Personal flexibility and autonomy won't go away. Employees value them too much. And as employers, we need to recognize what matters most to our people. As technology continues to advance at lightning speed, having in-demand skills will remain more important than our years of experience. And we've talked about digital transformation for years, but the truth is it's no longer a goal for the future. It is here and it is now. And learning, skilling, upskilling, reskilling will continue to play a pivotal role in building a future fit workforce ready to respond to what's next and whatever that looks like. And your guess, frankly, is as good as mine. You know, earlier I mentioned that the one thing to expect is the unexpected. Well, I'm going to add to that by saying, if there's one thing I think we have all learned, it's that we never stop learning. And I think that's a really good thing. So thank you so much for joining me today. It has been an honor to speak with you. And because we have only scratched the surface here today, I hope you'll accept my invitation to download and read the full 2021 Lean into Learning report. You can find it on skillsoft.com. Thank you so much. Stay well.
Thank you so much, Michelle, for bringing to the table the most sought after innovative insights. The strategies and trends will truly help the audience a lot. Stay tuned as there is more such content coming your way. Do share these learnings with your friends and colleagues using the hashtag ETHRNextTech.